I am streaming live to exactly nobody. I have no followers. We're going to start this stream service. Kind of hear what I have to say. I'm going to just spew into a microphone once in a while live and see if we pick up anybody along the way. Um, what I thought we'd do tonight for the first time is I'm just going to kind of scroll around in my YouTube, watch a few videos, have some commentary, bumble around on Twitter a little bit, see where that takes us. Now, I don't follow that many people on Twitter. It's a pretty new Twitter account. The whole purpose behind this is I kind of want to see how we grow this. So we're starting today. What is it? It is January. Here, let me look at my, sorry, bear with me. I'm old. It's January 10th, 2023. And we are going to see how I grow this account over time. Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm an old ass man wearing a robe. I'm politically, I'm way over on the left. Like I'm a leftist. So you guys can jump into my comments if anybody shows up and just beat on me all you want for being a fucking communist. So that's fine. I am a spiritual and religious man, but I'm not a Christian. So you can jump in on me and let me know how I'm going to go to hell and all that kind of stuff. Give you a little idea of my rig. Just got a little Blue Yeti microphone, and I'm working with what kind of camera is this? It's a Instalink 365 Mac and a couple of monitors. So let's see how we do. So I've just learned. Oh, and I'm streaming with Ecamm. So, and I really don't know how to use it. So you kind of bear with me, and I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's okay. Remember, I'm old. You don't have to be nice to me, but try and understand if you would. All right, so let's go on over to my other screen here, and I kind of want to scroll a little bit. I noticed, okay, so something I saw some of the people that I'm following talking about is we got some issues with Andrew Callaghan. Now let's take a look at this. I'm not getting any.
Going to have sex with me?
No.
So let's watch this here.
Now, time for some unfinished business.
No, James.
So there's some new allegations about Andrew Callaghan, and if you don't know who Andrew Callaghan is, he's the guy from Channel 5 that just put out the new documentary on HBO that's been buzzing about. And unfortunately, some women have come out and made some allegations about him being a creep. And so we're going to,
Yes.
I want to do a little
No,
dive into that.
Yes,
And find
you
out
are
a little
going
bit
to
more.
have sex with me.
No, James, I don't want to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay, yes.
See that? 50 no's and a yes means yes.
So my understanding is one of the, I'm not sure if we call him a victim, but I'm not here to shame anybody. One of the allegations about him is he's pretty aggressive. And doesn't really like to take no for an answer. So I don't know much about it yet. And actually, I'm a little bit heartbroken because I really did like this kid's documentary. I thought it was quite good. So, and isn't that always a way that you don't want to fucking meet your heroes, right? So I want to watch this and we can talk about it. I saw this TikTok, and she has quite a bit to say about it. And let's give her a listen.
In a million years thought that I would be making this video, and I'm shaking because I've tried a couple different times and haven't been able to get my point across, but I don't like seeing abusers get platforms. And my abuser, Andrew Callaghan, also known as All Gas No Breaks, Channel 5, and whatever his new HBO show's called, I forget, has been plastered all over my news feed, and I've tried to come to him person to person and try to get him to take accountability for what he did, but his version of what happened the night that he assaulted me is so skewed. So I will tell you that he did eventually get consent. And that's the main point, is that he eventually got consent because...
So eventually, and so we're gonna continue listening to her and listening to what she has to say, but unfortunately, this is what happens a lot of the time is, no means no, guys. No means no. And if you ask enough times and you ask the right way enough times, frequently someone will give in, and they'll give in against what it is they actually do want because they feel pressured. And that's what pressure is. And everybody can relate to peer pressure. And peer pressure can happen in a group, or it can happen with just one person. And let's let her speak for herself.
He wore me down. He told me he needed a place to stay for the night. He had some sort of falling out with one of his crew members or whatever, and I was very clear about the fact that we are not hooking up. He gets in my bed and wears me down to the point where I eventually do agree to do things that I wasn't proud of. And I wasn't proud of them and thought it was my fault for so long that I continued to be nice to him after.
You hear that? She wasn't proud of what she did. And I know I could say that in my life. There's plenty of stuff that I'm not proud of that I've done and wish I could go back and do it differently. Both as, I mean, can you honestly say that's not true for you? Can you honestly say that it's not true for you that you haven't done things that you're not proud of? Because I don't know anybody that can say that. And like I said, I'm old and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people, and I've known a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that make a lot of mistakes.
The situation. He wouldn't leave my house the next morning. And then as time went on and I processed things, I thought, you know what? Just because eventually I said, okay, whatever, because I was trying to just get the whole night over with so that it could be morning so that he could leave. It doesn't discount the fact that I told him no. I told him no so many times prior to this. I said, I'm tired. I'm not really feeling it. I came up with any excuse that I possibly could to just get him off of me. And he still found a way to coerce me into things that I didn't want to do.
Things I didn't want to do. See, this breaks my heart hearing this about this guy. And I know it's common. And I know everybody has stories like this. And there's people that have both sides of this story. But this kind of behavior has got to stop. It really does. It's harmful. It's hurtful. And I feel bad for this person.
And this is really hard for me to say. I never thought I would come forward, but it's even more hard to have to relive the trauma that I endured every single day by seeing this man as a social justice warrior, as someone who cares about human rights, get a platform.
Right.
You shouldn't be supporting him. And at the end of
and this is what makes us look like hypocrites. Is time and time again, we learn about these behaviors from people that we would like to look up to. And it's a shame.
The day, like, I've told close friends of mine, I've tried coming out about this before, and he texted me saying that it basically ruined his life and that his life was over now because of things that I said, and other women have come forward.
That's gaslighting. That's what gaslighting is. That's what gaslighting is.
Me, but this is my first time publicly talking about it on a platform like TikTok because I hope it gets traction. I hope people listen to me. I hope that if something similar has happened to you, that you know that that's not your fault. It wasn't my fault what happened to me. Just because I eventually...
It wasn't her fault. And she's very brave for coming out and speaking up. Now, Andrew has a huge platform, and he has an opportunity to speak for himself. But she has an opportunity to speak for herself. And I think that we need to, maybe if you're not inclined to believe, we should be inclined to have an open mind and listen and not immediately cast allegations against victims. So let's see, what's the latest? So, do we have something? Is this new? Oh, this is still of her. Okay. From releasing his first movie to meet. So Fliff, I don't know if Fliff is. Andrew Callaghan went from releasing his first movie to being a psych ward in less than 2 weeks. Wild stuff for someone who started watching his videos a couple years ago. Looks like Andrew's getting fucking roasted pretty hard. Andrew Callaghan and sexual assault allegations linked up. Need it or keep it. James Hurley. I heard Andrew Callaghan was starting a new show, actually. No, it's true. He really is. It's tentatively side all sex, no consent. Wonderful. Okay, Andrew Callaghan, popular host of All Gas No Breaks and Channel 5, accused of sexual misconduct, Rolling Stone. So Ricardo Savage wrote that. Man, he's getting pretty. Oh, let's take a look at what this is. Dude's getting drugged. Yeah, he's getting drugged. What? Getting drugged. Oh man, he's getting his ass drugged. Okay, let's see what we got here. Andrew Callaghan, cinematic football. We're following a son, and this is some other Andrew Callaghan. I don't know. Maybe we'll decide to follow him. I don't know. Scroll down this a little bit. Trending must be new funny video something. Oh shit. Trailer Park Boys. I have an affinity for that bullshit. I gotta be honest. Ron Weber called out Andrew Callaghan for problematic consent opinions in his documentary 2020, The Dumpster Fire, covering the lead up to the 2020 elections and subsequent protests across the country. I want to see what we have here.
So what does it feel like to come to a war zone?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Does it give you an erection?
No.
Are you hard right now?
You hard?
I want to know how your boner is. Are you
Very hard. Very hard.
Did it make you as hard as the sex workers conference?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you consider making out with me right now?
Chuds of
No, but
TikTok.
thank you.
I don't even know who those fuckers are. Blue. Okay, Blue. Hey, yo, why Andrew Callaghan trending? Are people finally watching? If you're going to be around Andrew Callaghan, some strap with some mace, taser, or something. All right, let's find out what this she has to say.
And I'm back. I'm responding to my own comment because look at this. It was picked up by the Rolling Stone.
Oh, shit.
And I'm glad it's being talked about. Glad this is being addressed. Of course, they did try to reach out for comment, and he did not have one.
I bet he
did
doesn't
want to
have
give
one
a little
right now.
backstory on my approach to this. Basically, I try to see it through the lens of those diehard fans, those super hardcore, where is the concrete evidence
Right.
type of people. So I did my best there.
Hard to have concrete
but I
evidence
did want
in
to
these
loop
areas.
in my intuition just to update my thought process a little bit. When I did read those messages that Caroline did show in that video, as well as
We're gonna go try and find
confessions
those
on
messages,
Reddit, red flags were going off. Okay, this guy clearly has a problem. Even if confessions don't count as super concrete evidence, right? Text online, you can clearly tell there is an issue with this guy. If you're hanging around him, bring some mace, bring a taser.
Just learned about Andrew Callaghan's allegations. Oh, this fucker always makes me laugh. This is better.
Talk about the allegations! Talk about the allegations!
All right, I want to hear what she has to say.
On Reddit, feel free to do that, but I can't mentally handle this anymore. This was Andrew and I agreeing to.
Okay, what do we have here? It says, Latin America, can't wait to see what you got. Yeah, I'm in St. Pete. Who should kick it with? Me. You're home. I'm solo, just walking around. Yeah, I just walked in the door. What part of Pete are you at? Up north. Text me.
Hang out when he was in St. Pete.
This is March 3rd, 2021.
This was us the night at the bar.
Okay,
we went
so
into the bathroom to
she
take
got
a
some
photo
receipts
because this
here.
bar, the bathroom has its own Instagram page, and it's just something people do at that bar. Also,
definitely
like
come
I
with
said
some
many
receipts.
times before, I trusted him. And people are blaming me for trusting him, and I did, and it is what it is. This is a comment from someone who I.
All right, let's say Andrew sexually assaulted me as well. I had previously been involved with him, but only when I was extremely drunk. I confronted him about it and invited me to dinner to apologize. Then he assaulted me in my car, and I had to physically kick him out. Thank you for sharing. Fuck him. I literally finally came out about this yesterday on my Insta because I cannot fucking stand this dude popping up on my TV as a social justice warrior. I've also heard many similar stories from. Let's keep
Been
going.
speaking with about what happened to her. This is a message I got about a year ago from someone who said that he has been known to associate with underage girls.
Ugh.
This is the story from the same person of her experience. You can pause to read any of this stuff.
Well, let's do that. Okay, pretty much all of them have ever had uncomfortable situations with him, been assaulted, or know anyone who has. The situation that I was in was at a party probably 3 years ago, and I thought he was cool at first. And we had a pretty good convo, and then we basically went into a room kind of isolated from everyone. And he was really pressuring me to go to his house, and I said no multiple times, and he kept pushing me and pushing me. As you know, he's a very tall guy, and I'm only 5'4", and I was pretty drunk, obviously, because party duh. And pretty drunk is no fucking excuse. You are allowed to get drunk at a party, and you should be able to feel pretty safe. Now, is it the safest thing in the world to do? No. Do I recommend it? No. Has everybody done it? Fuck yes, including me.
This is about how he was canceled on his.
Of course, also I'm trying to gather more details, but I was a few years ahead of him at Loyola in New Orleans, and I've heard he got canceled pretty bad, but it was kept on the DL. But that's why he was replaced on his show French Quarter Confessions, and he doesn't speak much about that and New Orleans anymore. We're trying to get more info to further support. Also, Tim Heidecker viewed my story your TikTok reposted, so we know he is aware. He is one of my favorites, so I'm hoping he pays attention and takes action. We got you. I know how hard it is to come forward, especially when your abuser holds a position of power. And that's the key right there. Most of them do. The abuser holds a position of power. You're so brave, and you did a big thing.
French Quarter Confessions show when he went to Loyola because of the same sorts of allegations. You can pause to read that. Just another story.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I went to school with Andrew. He pulled the same shit with me. And a friend of mine, he has frequently Airbnb listed his place. And I did that. He frequently Airbnb listed his place and did the I need somewhere to stay tactic, which feels very intentional. That's a pretty good move. He also used to try and tell people he was on a male birth control injection. I'm very sorry this happened to you too, and I know how gross it feels to watch people praise his politics.
He's got a list.
Someone told me that he told them he has a list of women that he gets to give him head without any reciprocating, like truly disgusting. Also maybe TMI or uncomfortable, but he thinks the clitoris is inside of the vagina. Okay, that's fucking weird. It's actually embarrassing for him and that he's gross and he shouldn't feel bad because he sucks. LOL.
Women who he gets to give them head.
He's starting to sound like a real fucking charmer. I'm so sorry you messaged him and he didn't do anything. That's incredibly disappointing. We're listening to you in New Orleans and in Austin. My friend lived with him for a while and he's apparently sexually assaulted other women. Sexually assaulted their other roommate who was been terrified to come forward. Yeah, because people are fucking terrified to talk about that shit. They're terrified, and rightfully so. One, it's traumatizing just to start with. You feel completely embarrassed that happened to you. And then to top it off, not only do a lot of people not believe you when you come forward because they see it happen with other victims, not only do they not believe you, they gaslight you, they call you names, and they treat you horribly. It's a fucking horrible what happens to people that come forward with allegations. You're helping a lot of people sharing this, and I'm sorry. Some people are so thick in the head that they don't have compassion. Man, isn't that true? And can't even educate themselves on consent. People really out here pretending to care about women until their favorite public figure violates a woman, and then it becomes inconvenient for them. Yeah, man, that
Sexual
person
assault.
nailed it. They
And I'm
nailed
keeping
it.
these people private, and they've all consented to me sharing their stories.
I'm glad they did.
And I'm doing so
I'm glad
because
they did.
I've already put my face out there. I'm already getting all the hate.
Yeah, I'm
It is
sure
what
you
it
are.
is at this
I'm
point.
sure you are.
There's another story. More people saying that they've heard about this before. Another story. My inbox is flooded with people
Oh, poor thing.
saying that they are proud of me for speaking up because they're too scared to, so I'm sharing their stories for them. This is absolutely taking a huge toll on my mental health.
Yeah.
I
gotta
can
be.
see that a lot of you don't want to believe women when they come forward about things, and
No, they
I've
don't
just
wanna
got to
believe.
say that says a lot about your personality
It does.
and who you are.
It does.
This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and if you think I'm
You're brave. You're a very brave person. I'm proud for you.
making it up, that's on you.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here? Mark just learned about Callahan's allegations. We just got some garbage here. Waking up to see Andrew Callaghan trending, only to see why he's trending. Yeah. Andrew Callaghan, you have disappointed me beyond belief. I am at a loss for words. I recommend your documentary to every person within a 5-mile radius. Why? I feel the same way because that was a damn good documentary. See, and that's, you know, the thing is two things can be true. Like a person can make really good content and do good things out in the world. They can. And at the same time, be a total piece of fucking shit. Right? That's not a new thing to society. Now, I'm not saying Andrew Callahan's a total piece of shit, but it's starting to fucking look like he is. It's starting to look like he is. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find out a little bit more and talk about this at a later point. I want to go back to, oh man, this fucking knucklehead. I hope that he actually did he comment on it, or is this just some bullshit?
Fuck all these people. God fucking damn it, man.
Right.
What the fuck? Is there nobody fucking pure in this goddamn fucking world? Fuck all these people. God fucking damn it, man. What
The
the
only
fuck?
time I've ever agreed with this fucking
Is
idiot.
there nobody
Only time I've ever agreed with this idiot. This was totally in front of a live audience. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's watch this.
What did you want to get from Alex Jones? The drinking with him while he lifted weights? I'm serious. I mean, this is one of the most
You
despicable
see the entire NPR interview? I've seen most of it.
Americans in our
It's pretty
history.
good.
How do you think the Sandy Hook parents would feel about drinking?
All right, let's jump over. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's see what's trending. Okay. Let's talk, my hometown, Sacramento. We are fucking flooding right now. Well, damn near. The rain and the wind is real. Where's this? Kings fans going to the game Wednesday night like, oh shit. It's supposed to pour like a son of a bitch tomorrow. 23rd and P Street in Midtown Sacramento. If you guys are familiar, we are called the City of Trees, and we have got a shit ton of trees. And when it rains and it pours, and it hasn't in a long time, but with the wind, this is what happens in our area. We just get blasted. Another thing that happens is because there's so many trees, when the rain and the wind's so bad, the leaves, like you just can't believe, end up everywhere. And those leaves clog the drains, and we fucking flood. We got a very shitty city, managers, mayor, city council, and they really haven't done shit about it for as long as I can recall. Something else. Sacramento. All right, that's enough of this local bullshit. It's trending Stephen Miller. Senior advisor to President Trump. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Ron Filipkowski. Bannon is attempting to investigate a coup in Brazil. Oh, the coup in Brazil. We're going to do a whole fucking stream about that. Okay, Stephen Miller. He's such a piece of garbage. I don't want to talk about it, what's happening. So let's see what's trending right now. Andrew Callaghan is trending, and that is some shit. Drop in Twit, drop California, thoughts and prayers. Nothing here. I'm interested. Who should we follow, guys? Gen Z, let's do this. Jack Cocachirelia. Gen Z activist, Democratic digital strategist, Florida. Let's give him a try. We'll see what we see. And arts and culture news. All right, let's jump over to YouTube for a little bit, see what's going on over there. Okay, this is my YouTube today. I got a lot of stupid shit that I follow. A mix of stuff. Like I told you, I'm pretty left to center, like way fucking left to center. So you're going to see a lot of shit like Hassan Habibi, Young Turks. There's a podcast I used to follow for a long time called The Michael Mayer Show. If you're kind of a Gen X boomer, that's a good one for you to follow. But we need to be a party of, see, what is this? Let's Purge Laws in America. The Consciously. This is someone I like quite a bit.
Yes. Education is elevation.
This is someone you should be following.
Bringing y'all another little lesson. We know in America we have, let's say 4% of the world's population, and we have, 20 to 25% of the world's population when it comes to prisons and when it comes to incarceration.
Right.
Today, we're going to be talking about the misinformation and miseducation that is being passed around when it comes to purge laws. A lot of us last year seen what was sensationalized by a lot of different white-ring conservative media outlets and kind of a lot of misinformed blog sites that love to create sensationalized stories for views, for likes, and for clicks. Usually we have these stories when we talk about people that are being, unjustly incarcerated or not getting a due process of law. And we talk about it very abstractly. You feel me? We know that Khalif Browder's story that happened in New York a few years ago was able to put a face to a particular phenomenon that happens in our country. Today, I have another face that's going to be, getting into. Just to make sure we have a full understanding, I'm going to be giving an analysis about capitalism, racism, the prison industrial complex, and the lack of due process. We're going to be getting into concepts like abolition. We're going to be getting into the concept of due process, as well as some statistics.
This is some heavy stuff.
The United States currently has 2.2 million people, nearly half of whom are there for nonviolent drug offenders.
Let's take a look. Where is he?
So I feel like this how cold it is, right? The movie Purge, you feel me? Like you said, it made it where there was a certain amount of time that allowed for all crimes to be quote unquote legal, and made it where that, specifically, there were no consequence outside of what happened during that time. There are a lot of activists that are trying to go for prison reform and police reform in the state of Illinois. Chicago is usually, man, niggas be doing X, Y, and Z.
Let's see.
Term that this law is actually, named.
Scare you in order to manipulate your vote. The cash bail system cares about one thing: poverty. That's it.
Fact.
It doesn't take into consideration public safety. There is no examination of a public safety risk. All it means is we set money on you. If you have the money, you pay it. If you don't, you go to jail.
Right.
That's not right. That has nothing to do with protecting us, and it allows our criminal system to steal from us. Steal from us in time, steal from us in freedom, steal from us in money.
Okay, I can't handle that. Not the content. The content is fantastic. The feedback is a little bit much for me. I'm going to do a little bit more. Let's look at Jordan. Let's look at a little Hassan
Jordan
Habibi
Peterson
short.
being cringe on the timeline also continues with this little thing here.
I should tell you about my suit first. Maybe you care about that. Maybe you don't. The first thing you need to know is these are tiny Elon Musk heads.
This motherfucker is literally turning into like a...
Okay, we're going to do a whole series on Jordan Peterson. Now, I know a lot of you like him, but I've got to tell you that I think Jordan Peterson is the gateway to the alt-right pipeline. I believe that the man is a piece of shit. He's certifiably crazy. And I cannot, and because he can speak eloquently, although insane, like the fucking Riddler from the Batman movies, he's given a lot of credibility. The man, it's phenomenal to me.
Third grade Batman.
Dude, Riddler,
It's
there
just-
it is.
It's very
He called it.
strange. Like all these like suits and stuff. Like what is he doing? My sartorial expression is that of a villain in like a comic book.
And this is a Twitter suit.
Oh, fucking.
With porn.
Here's the
Let's
thing: a
go
lot of
back.
people don't understand because they're
Go
like,
back
"Oh,
over here. Let's go to the home. Let's see what we have. Dr. Dre, I kind of want to see that. What was that? Setting up a show structure. You can see where I was doing my prep work. Shorts. Here's one of mine. Here, I'll play one for you. This is one of mine.
Of course, I had to make it. Here is
Me
your
on
pink
TikTok.
sweater with
Oh, this
alpha
is like
male
YouTube Shorts.
in the bar.
Do you have this in fat fucker size? Have you seen that on TikTok? You probably seen it.
Of course.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a following on TikTok. More than zero. More than zero at this point. Okay, guys, I might just wrap it up for my first stream.
No, I eat beef.
I think I'm gonna wrap it up for my first stream. I think we did pretty good. It took me quite a while to figure out how to do this. And tonight's exercise was really about me just seeing if I could use the tools and see what it looks like when it's done. So it's kind of an experiment. I appreciate any feedback that you might give me on how I did. And I'm going to do better. I promise you, I'm going to work as hard as I can to get better at this and hopefully make some interesting content for y'all. I know tonight was a little funky, but I thought it was fun. So I'm going to finish it up. If you want, you can find me. I'm on TikTok. They got all the same username. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. And I'm on Instagram. And there I am right there, Uncle Hammy. Just search up Uncle Hammy and you'll find me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. I love you, and we'll see you next time.